The Firmament and Lemuria. By Sheldan Nidle. August 1, 2016. Website: lemuria.net. Produced by Higher Self.
Excerpts from the book, You Are Becoming a Galactic Human, by Virginia Essene and Sheldan Nidle. Information channeled from Washta, Teletran, and Mika, by Sheldan Nidle. The term firmament has been mentioned at different times in history, but a mysterious cloud surrounds the true nature of this concept. Find below fascinating information about what the firmament was, why it was important, and how it played a role in the Lemurian civilization. Introduction. The firmament was a layer of frozen water, ice, above the Earth's surface. It was a huge crystalline shield in two sections, one situated at 15,000 to 18,000 and the other at 35,000 to 38,000 feet above the Earth's surface. It was like a clear lens. At certain times of the day, when light was reflected, it served as a mirror of the world below. Crystal temples all over the earth held up the firmament. Who made the firmament? The firmament was originally constructed by the initial etheric civilization that came to Earth approximately 35 million years ago. This was done to protect planet Earth from the radiation of the Sun and other dangerous cosmic radiation that regularly come through the solar system. The firmament was maintained, broken, and re-established many times as different civilizations and invasions came. Thus, various floods have occurred throughout the geological history of this planet ever since the time of that initial etheric civilization. The absence of weather. When the firmament existed, it was under the direction of the spiritual hierarchy, and those who constructed the crystal temples in accordance with the spiritual hierarchy's wishes, so it could perform several functions for the atmosphere of the planet. First, it lowered the radiation and heat levels so that the climate of Earth, from North Pole to South Pole, was within 5 degrees of one another. Thus, the tropics were around the upper 70s degrees Fahrenheit, and the polar regions were around the lower 70s. Large ice sheets did not exist across the North and South polar regions as you have today. The second major difference in the atmosphere was that the winds and clouds did not exist. There were no clouds and every day was a sunny day. What further added to this fact was that the winds were minimal and were kept to a maximum of 5 to 7 miles per hour. Also, because there were no clouds, there were no rainstorms, so rain is something that is unique to your present era. A storehouse of prana. The complete firmament atmosphere invigorated the mind and body since the radiation energy stored prana in the firmament. Prana then drifted across the firmament and maintained it almost as if it were a giant refrigerator. You might call it a refrigerator of prana or energy. The body of any creature existing on your planet was invigorated by this energy. The heat and other radiation that would cause body deterioration were kept out of your surface atmosphere by the firmament. Another side effect of the firmament was that the stars were magnified so that the sky would be seen as through a huge telescope. Thus, the firmament prevented a ravaged atmosphere in which there are great differences in climate, storms, and extremes of weather. Also, a large amount of radiation was prevented from entering Earth's atmosphere. After the firmament's collapse, radiation eventually shrunk the physical size of humans and gradually limited the length of their lifespan. In fact, some biblical stories include long-lived beings. This is a result of the protection of the firmament. Your present atmosphere does not protect life as the firmament once did, and will do so again. Conflict. As the civilizations of Lemuria and Atlantis matured, conflict developed between the two. As a last resort to the struggle for control, they decided to attack the crystal temples which held the firmament in place. Initially, the strategy was to destroy the firmament above the enemy. However, they underestimated the effect of the destabilization of the firmament. Attacks were made simultaneously on the crystal temples, and so disrupted the structure of the firmament in the heavens. This caused the end of the firmament, and the falling of millions of gallons of water from the sky. This is historically and biblically known as the Great Flood. What was left behind was not only a period of roughly 40 days of rain, but a whole new world. The old histories of humanity had been virtually flooded away, and all that was left were the oral stories and legends.